Hello, my name is Sukh Dhaliwal and I am the federal Liberal candidate in Surrey, Newton. In 1960, I was born in India and was raised in a small village. Then I had the opportunity to go to DAV College, Jalandhar, Khalsa College, Amritsar, and then I did my engineering degree from Punjab University, Guru Nanak Engineering College, Ludhiana. In 1984, I moved to Canada. Coming here, I faced the same problems that many immigrants face. And I went back to Southern Alberta Institute of Technology to get my diploma in energy management and utilization, and then went back to University of Calgary to get my engineering degree in geomatics. By having 2 degrees and a diploma, I had the opportunity to work in private and public sector in Alberta before moving to British Columbia in 1993. When I moved to British Columbia, I was passionate to become a land surveyor. So I articled here with the British Columbia land surveyor and finally became the first Punjabi BC land surveyor. As I have 2 engineering degrees, I'm also a professional engineer in British Columbia. I'm married to my wife Rani with 3 children. 2 of my daughters have already gone through post-secondary education with medicine degree, and one of them is already working in pediatrics. I also have a young son who's in grade 7. I'm running my own engineering and land surveying business here. My elderly parents are living with me in Surrey. After getting my land surveyor commission, I opened up my own land surveying firm. It's people of Surrey that has helped my business to grow. When I look at my history in Canada, that Canada has given me and my family everything. From there on, I decided to give myself, my services back to the community. In the past, I had the opportunity to work with many charitable organizations and business organizations like Surrey Board of Trade to make sure that we are the part and parcel of the society. And it is my friends and the people of Surrey that encouraged me that I should be the one that should be running in politics. Now you would say, how got I get interested in politics? Even before I moved to Canada, I read about great Canadian and great Prime Minister P.R. Elliott Trudeau. His vision for this country, a multiculturalism vision, and the Charter of Rights and Freedoms that he brought in to give every individual an equality. In 1990, when there was a leadership race for the Liberal Party of Canada, I graduated out of the university with my second degree. And I got interested and I helped the leadership candidate at that time, Mr. Paul Martin. In 2003, he became the Prime Minister of Canada. At that time, I ran for the nomination here in Surrey, where I was raising my family, where I was running my business, and where my elderly parents were living with me. Why? Because I personally felt it is the time now for me to get involved politically and make a difference in people's lives. I ran into a riding that was never won by Liberals since 1949. And I'm very proud that people of Surrey, Newton and North Delta put trust in me and got me elected to the House of Commons, not once, but twice. When I got elected, my focus was always the people of Surrey. It's the voice that I wanted to take from here to Ottawa, not the other way around. You would say, how did I feel when I was sitting in the House of Commons? I felt very privileged because I had the privilege to serve in the same house where great Canadians like Sir John Macdonald, Laurier, Pearson, Pierre Elliott Trudeau and many others sat in the House of Commons. And I felt proud to raise the voices of Surrey Newton in Ottawa. People today are talking about crime situation. People today are talking about environment. People today are talking about the immigration policies. When I were in the House of Commons, I always stood and talked about these issues, advocated to make sure that we are able to bring in smart legislation to deal with the crime, but at the same time, we are able to put resources in prevention and rehabilitation. So as our young people that are going in the wrong direction, that they don't go in the wrong direction. And when I ran here in Surrey, Newton and North Delta, this riding was never won by the Liberals in almost Canadian history. It was the 1949 when they won this riding. The people put the trust in me, and I was privileged to serve the people of Canada, sitting in the Parliament House, where many great Canadians like Laurier, Sir John Macdonald, Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and many others sat. My focus was to make sure that I'm able to represent the people that elected me. I always put the people before I put my party and my leadership. And that was the reason that they re-elected me one more time. Your viewers might be asking, what were my feelings when I got elected? I mean, my feelings are that I came to this country as an immigrant. My ancestors that has came to this country 100 years ago, they faced many problems. They are the ones who blazed trails for us that I personally follow very proudly. And now, because the way I see it is, it's the present and the future. If I look at the 100-year history of Indo-Canadians, Sikhs, Punjabis in Canada, it is our ancestors that came with a vision. They had three things in mind. I think there are three main pillars. Number one is the faith. Number two is the family. Number 3 is the community. Those are the 3 pillars that has defined who we are, and those are the 3 pillars that are the success story of Canada. And those are the 3 pillars that will give the direction to our future generation so they are able to carry the tradition that we have built over the last century. People might ask me, why did I join Liberal Party, not any other party? Before I moved to Canada, when I was reading, whether I should be going to US, Canada, Australia, or England, I came across the readings and following P.R. Elliott Trudeau, who was a great Canadian and a great Prime Minister of Canada. The particular things that he talked that inspired me. He talked about Canada to be a multicultural nation. He did not only had a vision, but he made sure that vision is successful. So he brought in a Charter of Rights and Freedom that gave every individual an equality. And today when I travel from coast to coast to coast in Canada, that vision of great Canadian and great Liberal Prime Minister P.R. Elliott Trudeau is alive and well across this country. And still today, I'm proud with my present leader, Justin Trudeau. I had the privilege to sit along his side in the House of Commons. I have seen him, how passionate he is to make a difference in people's lives. And that's what politics is all about. And that's what this community service is all about, that where the government can't be a force of good in people's life, then the community organizations get in. So there are many viewers of you are the force of good in people's life, just like Justin has a passion. So he decided to run for the leadership. When he became the leader of the party, when Justin became the leader of the Liberal Party of Canada in 2012, I was very excited because I have seen Mr. Harper and his policies, aggressive policies that has impacted negatively the people of Surrey Newton. And I was excited about his leadership because I had the privilege to sit with him in the House of Commons, and I have seen Justin working hard and passionate about bringing in a difference in people's lives and making sure that he is able to reach out to as many Canadians as he can to take their input and make a difference. I see the excitement out there, and I was also very excited to come back and make sure that I stand in solidarity with him to bring in a change, a better change for the future. And when he became the leader of the Liberal Party of Canada, he's the first leader that talked about middle class, who's concerned about middle class. And I had the privilege to sit with him in the House of Commons, and I have seen him working very hard, a very passionate Canadian to make a difference in people's lives. And I'm very proud today to be part of his team, Team Liberal, Team Trudeau, to bring in a change in Canada. The policies. The middle class is the one that is under a lot of pressure right now, a lot of stress right now. They are the ones that need the help of the government. And Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party of Canada has brought in a policy that will help them to bring their taxes down, give them, those families, $2,500 tax-free in child care benefits. These are the type of policies that will help the economy grow. And our young people are the key focus now. When I look at Canada, our ancestors have blazed the trails for us that we follow very proudly, and it is a time for us to make those roots stronger so our young people are able to progress and compete in a knowledge-based economy. The only way we can do it is we have to make sure that we are able to put more stress on the education. We have to encourage our young people to go to university, get degrees, and be part of change that we are able to compete globally. Your viewers might say, what are the issues out there? The issue of crime. That people came to this country with a hope that they can have a better life for themselves and their families. And today, I see people are concerned about our young people not getting into the wrong tracks. And that should be, our focus should now be on our young people, because our hope should be nowhere more focused than in our young people. A crime situation. Mr. Harper's policies and plans have made no difference. We have to be strong, and we got to make sure that we are able to bring in smart legislation to deal with criminals, but at the same time we are able to put in more resources into education, prevention, and rehabilitation, so we are able to cope with all the crime situation that we are having today in Surrey. People come to me, they talk about immigration policy. Not only the immigrants that talk about immigration policy, it is the businesses that are suffering these days with the regressive immigration policies that Mr. Harper and Mr. Kenney has brought forward. We got to make sure that we have an immigration policy that's balanced. On one side, we got to bring in economic immigrants, but on the other hand, we got to strengthen the family class. I have seen our young people are not very excited to participate in elections and political arena. I would encourage all our young people, because it is their future that is going to be decided in October 2015. And I have seen Justin Trudeau traveling from coast to coast to coast and exciting many young people. But now it is not us, it is the young people that should be coming out to vote and support the candidates and the party that they want to support. But I certainly will encourage them to support my leader Justin Trudeau, the Liberal Party of Canada, and myself, Sukh Dhaliwal, in Surrey Newton.
Full lights, start sound, camera, action. BabuKishan's spot.